Now, I've been selling this board now for about 55 days. If you stick around, I'll tell you how many boards I've sold and how much money I made, and the story behind it. I've sold 64 boards for a total income of $1,240. The total expenses is $423. So I made about $817 in 55 days.
And at the time of this recording, summer 2022, I have the following social media following. YouTube, 667, Twitter, 748, Instagram, 516, Twitch, 127, and TikTok, 19. Now, I live in Norway, which is actually one of the most expensive countries in the world. And the average income here is about $55,000. If I'm going to grow this circuit board business into an average income of about $55,000, I need to 10x what I'm selling now. And according to my linear algebra, that's going to take about 8 years, which kind of is a problem. So I need to do something. Now, there are two ways of go about solving this. One is to work harder, smarter, do better, and in that way grow faster. And I totally don't believe in that, because I always feel like I'm working the best and as hard as I can, and sometimes that's just not good enough, even though that's all you have. So no, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna do something else. I'm just gonna accept the fact that I'm just a small creator that almost no one has heard about, and we're just gonna sell more to the people who actually know about us. And we need to figure out why the people who know about us but are not buying anything, why that is so. And I think I know why. So I summarized all the sales, and I figured out that 92% of all of the dollars earned is from the top 20 richest country in the world. And this sort of thing usually escalates into if something is expensive or not. And to be clear, I don't think I could have afforded my own circuit board actually. I don't think I have enough money that I would have bought it. And we don't even need to have the discussion, is it expensive? Because the numbers says that on a list of 200 countries, only 10% of them are buying. So the product is out of reach for 90% of the countries of the world. That's a lot of people. Now, if I would just drop the price to $10, I would need to sell 20 times as much to reach my goal. Now, by living in one of the absolutely most expensive countries in the world, you are not supposed to go into manufacturing. You're supposed to outsource that stuff. If you have seen my other videos, you have seen that the board that I make is hand-assembled and basically handmade. And I've actually timed everything that I do with the board, and I figured out that I spend about 10 minutes creating each board. And it's so hard to make that I have to throw away one board for each board that I'm successful making, because it fails testing in one way or another. Now, how can this be solved? How can I lower the price of my board so that it gets more accessible to more people? How can I lower the amount of time that I use creating each board to, let's say, 1/10 of the time? Well, my friend, I have one word for you: robots. So if you live in a country where you can't afford the labor that lives there, the only thing I have to do is create robots, because the robots work a lot cheaper. The problem is I can't afford to buy any robots, so I probably just have to build all of them myself. And I think that's going to make a really good channel. So this channel is now going to be about someone who turns his garage into a factory which is home-built robots to make a living. And you also have to build every robot from scratch for almost no money because he's almost broke. Well, at least it's probably gonna be good content. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. And here's a sneak peek on what's coming up in the next episode. Now, this is a new version of the circuit board. As you see here, they are all stuck together except for this tiny part here. So you can break these off of this huge panel, which is called. My previous board were all individually. Another change is that I've changed out the USB-C connector. So I do not have the edge-mounted USB-C connector anymore. But, and there's a very big but, this is it. And this is where one of the robots will absolutely be crucial. This is a professional solder stencil printer machine, and as you see, the price for this is $25,000. It weighs 1,000 kilos, and obviously we are not going to spend that kind of money. I think the budget for this machine will be like $200 to $300, and we need it to be as good as this machine for our specific use case.